Good morning, I'm Greg Hodges, Vice President for Academics and Student Success Services here at Patrick Henry Community College. We're honored that you would take time this morning to join us on the most beautiful campus, Community College campus in Virginia. We thank you so much for taking time today. This is a big day for Patrick Henry and certainly a big day for these two programs that we're honored and delighted to sign an articulation agreement with today. I want to recognize a few folks before we get started. First of all, I'm honored to recognize my counterpart at Averett, Dr. Timothy Fulop, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Student Success. Would you stand, please, Dr. Fulop? Thank you for being here today. I also want to recognize our two outstanding faculty members who brought this articulation agreement to fruition. You'll hear a little bit more from them momentarily, but I want the two of them to please stand. From Patrick Henry, we have Ronnie Ray, who is the Associate Professor of Administration of Justice. Thank you, Ronnie. And from Averett, we have Dr. Jim Hodgson, who is the Criminal Justice Program Director and Professor of Sociology at Averett. Thank you so much. We also want to recognize and publicly thank the law enforcement personnel who are with us here today. We are honored by your presence, the work that you do every day. And so many of you serve on either or both of the committees here or at Averett that help advise these programs. We appreciate so much you being here with all of our law enforcement personnel. Please stand. We thank you for what you do every day in your service to our community. And then most importantly, we want to recognize some of the students in our criminal justice program that are here today. This is why these two professors have done so much work for their success. So I want those students to please stand. Thank you all for being here today, guys. An articulation agreement is an important process for both a community college and a university. For the community college, it allows us to provide a seamless transition into a four-year university program, ensuring that credits transfer. We're also extremely proud of the scholarships that Averett University has put on the table for this program, and it speaks to the need of the program, but also the importance in our community of these two articulation agreements that are about to be signed. We're going to have some comments from each of our presidents, so it's my honor to recognize, first of all, the president here from Patrick Henry Community College, Dr. Godwin.
Welcome to Patrick Henry Community College. We could not be more delighted to have you on our campus this morning, and we're especially honored to have our friends and colleagues at Averett University here on our campus. Dr. Frakes and I have the opportunity to serve on a number of boards and events and initiatives in our region. And one of the things that makes this morning even more exciting than the articulation agreement we're about to sign is the fact that we have a joint vision for our region. And that is that our institutions, as accredited institutions of higher education, we are committed to the economic well-being of this region, and we're committed to the ongoing improvement of the quality of life. And that is something that our institutions are committed, and we've pledged together that we will continue to make a focus of our work together. At the end of the day, for all of us, it is about our students. It is about our students that have a vision for their careers and for their futures, and it's our responsibility and our goal and our honor to be a part of your student success. We believe this agreement that we signed today is a part of that, because you can stay here in our communities. You can be a part of this region. You can not only be educated fully here, and you're going to have some very exciting news today about even the continuation of your education, but then we hope that you will choose our region to live and work and play and grow your families and really be a part of the economic recovery of our entire region. You are our future, and you're the only reason that Patrick Henry Community College or Averett University even exists. So we're delighted to have our law enforcement professionals that are here today. You are the reason that we can do what we do. your commitment to the safety and the security of our community, your commitment to the freedom of democracy is the reason that we can have a higher education institution. It's the reason that a Patrick Henry Community College and an Averett University can in fact come together and educate. We could not do anything like this. We could not do our life's work if you are not committed to our safety and security. And we can never say thank you enough. And we want to make sure that you have a warm spot in our hearts. And we thank you every day for when you go out and leave your families in the comforts of your home to provide that kind of service to our entire community. We are forever grateful. And we're most grateful that you're willing to help us shepherd these students who have seen value in your life's work, and now they have the vision and the dream to follow in your footsteps. And we appreciate the fact that you help us through our advisory boards and through just our general professional collaborations, help us to do a better job at serving our students. So I'm so delighted that you're here, and I'm so grateful that I have a colleague like Dr. Franks who is always there to collaborate with. She's always there to take a phone call. She's been very gracious to me in my 6 years here in this community and at Patrick Henry Community College, and I want to say a public thank you to her that she is really a champion for our region and a champion for higher education.
Thank you, Dr. Godwin.
Tasting jewelry.
Dr. Godwin shared when Dr. Franks walked in that they have a philosophy that whichever one of them has on the biggest jewelry wins. So, in discussing the articulation signing ceremony today with a friend of mine who is a president of a college in South Carolina, she told me that Dr. Tiffany Franks is not just the president of Averett University, but her words were she's a rock star in the D3 world. So we are absolutely honored to have Dr. Tiffany Franks with us today, president of Averett University.
Oh, it is a joy to be here. I always feel like when I come to Patrick Henry Community College, it really is like coming home. And Dr. Godwin, your words are so kind, but I have always said from the beginning when I met this woman, you talk about a star. This is a star, and she is my favorite college president. And anytime I get to be in her midst, I feel very, very blessed. It's wonderful to be here today. You know, Averett is so grateful for the long-standing relationship that we've had with Patrick Henry Community College. You know, we really have been working together for decades to help support the dreams and the aspirations of the students of our area and the needs of our region. As Dr. Godwin said, we don't do these things alone. We do it in partnership, and we do it by supporting one another and by supporting the needs that are around us. And I think this speaks to why we have been so fortunate through the years to have so many graduates of PH come to Averett. And they are such wonderful students. And in fact, I want to recognize one of them who's in the front row. Chloe Mayhew is a graduate of PH, came on to Averett, and now she works in the president's office. And we are just, I think she's just a shining example. She's a shining example of what happens when our two institutions lock arms and hold hands. So we are so excited about this newest partnership today because it truly will open new doors of opportunity for the students of our region, and we just couldn't be more excited about it. You know, one of the things that I think does make our partnership so strong between Averett and P&HCC is the fact that we're committed to personally working with our students to make certain it is the smoothest transition possible. The culture at PH, I've gotten to know it through Dr. Godwin and through Chloe and through graduates of PH. It is personal. It is a family here. That's exactly who we are at Averett. So we lock arms to make certain that we give graduates of PH a very smooth pathway to Averett. This agreement today will provide a smooth process for PH students to move from their 2-year Administration of Justice program to Averett's 4-year Criminal Justice program. All PHCC graduates will enter Averett as juniors, and they can expect to graduate. I should be saying, and you can expect to graduate with a baccalaureate degree after successfully completing 60 credit hours at Averett. Now, affordability is something that's always on our mind at Averett, and it's on the minds of everyone. And I want to reassure you, students here and students beyond, that we have a very competitive institutional merit scholarship program for all of our full-time traditional students who are transferring to Averett. And members of Phi Theta Kappa are automatically awarded with that scholarship as they enter Averett. So that's something just to know. And now there's more, all right? So it doesn't stop with what we're doing with our full-time traditional students who are transferring. We are so committed to helping the working adult have as many flexible options as possible. And so what we're doing for the working adult will allow criminal justice professionals in this area who want to have multiple options. Maybe as adults they want to be able to be on ground here in this region, or maybe they want to be able to be on ground actually anywhere in the state, or maybe you want to be able to enroll online anywhere. We can provide those options, and I'm excited to also say that for those working adults, we also have a special scholarship program that accompanies this partnership. So we're committed to student learners of all ages in this profession. So I want to make sure that you hear that. I would say that this agreement is relevant, it's practical, and it's purposeful. And why do I say that? I say it because it meets the needs that we've heard from criminal justice professionals who say, these are the gaps in the workplace. Here's how you can help us. And so we have been just so fortunate to learn from our advisory boards in criminal justice. And Dr. Hodges, I know you recognize some of them early on, but I do want to give a very special thank you to members of our criminal justice advisory boards, not only who support Averett, but who are on the board here at Patrick Henry Community College, because your wisdom and experiences has absolutely guided our curriculum and the work that we're doing to respond to the needs in the region. We have several members here, and let me recognize folks now. I think Chief Cassidy is actually in the room, right? Chief Cassidy, thank you, of the Martinsville Police Department. We just appreciate you so much. I know Deputy Chief Robert Fincher was supposed to be here. Oh, he is here, good. Averett graduate, I want to be certain everybody knows that. Yes, indeed. And then we have representatives from the Virginia State Police, as well as the Danville Police Department, Pennsylvania County Sheriff's Office, and the Piedmont Criminal Justice Academy. We cannot thank all of you enough for being here and for your guidance. Let's give a round of applause to all of our law enforcement officers. I just echo everything Dr. Godwin said. We couldn't be standing here without the incredible work you do for us. And so, of all the articulation agreements and programs in which we could partner, I have to think this is the most meaningful because of what it enables and what it supports. Thank you for being in one of the most noble professions that exists. I want to also give a special thank you to both Dr. Hodgson and Professor Ronnie Ray from Patrick Henry. We would not be here without the two of you. You have been incredible in partnering to make this happen. So just a final few words in closing. All of us in this room, as I've said, are incredibly grateful for our law enforcement professionals and the agreements that we're signing today, because it's another way of investing in the educational preparation of our law enforcement professionals. While we believe that what we're doing will absolutely help support policing in our community, and at a time when I just feel like the more we can do to enhance this work, the better, and to be able to give greater career preparation opportunities for our law enforcement professionals. At Patrick Henry, you have given such an exceptional foundation to your students, and we look forward to building upon that work. At Averett, we're committed to helping our students develop critical thinking skills, become stronger with their communication skills, both in writing and orally. We're committed to helping our students learn to reason and analyze. And I think together, Dr. Godwin, our two institutions help develop greater curiosity for continued learning throughout their lifetime. It's a joy to be here with you. And before I turn it over to Dr. Hodgson, I'm excited about future partnerships, and one of those that I'll give a sneak peek about today is that we received word from Phcc on Sunday in support of Averett's full launch of a Master's of Science in Criminal Justice Administration and Leadership that will happen in the fall. So what that means is you'll be able to ultimately go all the way from PH to Averett and earn a master's degree. And we just could not be more thrilled. You're the first group to hear that formally, so more to come on that. Thank you, and Dr. Hodges, thank you again for your leadership.
Thank you, Dr. Franks. Thank you, Dr. Franks. Exciting news from Phcc as well. Back during the summer, I was chaperoning 30 teenagers from our church at a teen conference. We were in Dollywood that afternoon, and I had forwarded my voicemail to my cell phone. I'm sitting in a restaurant eating lunch, in fact, escaping the heat, to be honest with you, and my cell phone rang, and it was Dr. Hodgson on the other end who said, "I'm the new criminal justice professor, and I'd like to talk about partnering." So fast forward 3 months, and the academic leadership of Averett University and Patrick Henry were sitting down together to figure out ways that we could strengthen our partnership. Dr. Fulop, the academic VP, leaned over to me and said, "We've got a bang-up new criminal justice professor." And I said, "Well, you know what? We've got a bang-up new criminal justice professor." And so it is no accident then that our first articulation agreement of the year is with this program. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Jim Hodgson, who, as we've already said, is professor of sociology, criminal justice, and also the program director from Averett University.
Thank you. You know, this is an important event, it seems to me, when I look out and I see students at 9:15 a.m. Good job, Professor Ray, to get students out here at this hour. Thank you, Dr. Franks and Dr. Godwin, for this opportunity. And it's been great working with Professor Ray. I guess we're trying to capture what we're doing here in modern context, and I guess within social media, looking for a context. I would put in the context of what? Professionalism through education. Professionalism through education. And that the purpose of these agreements between Patrick Henry Community College and Averett University serve several purposes. One is certainly to establish our continuing partnership as educational partners, and to clearly provide and continue to provide educational opportunities in the realm of criminal justice education services in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It also allows us to operationalize and share our mission, which is to prepare students to serve and lead as catalysts for positive change. This agreement allows us to do that. This agreement allows us to push the envelope a little bit further. It allows us to develop a synergy between each agency, to build maybe a critical mass as far as pushing agenda, as far as making sure that we produce top-notch candidates. It brings like-minded people together to empower students to make good choices and to do great things in the workplace, to make our communities safer. The agreement between Patrick Henry Community College and Averett University allows us to further facilitate our mission by increasing educational access, which is important, and the opportunities. How many people here are community college graduates? Let's see a show of hands. Yeah. Most of us have had great experiences and great memories of community college. And community college typically is the first step for many of us as we moved on, gave us that thirst for knowledge, gave us that drive for education. So it's such a grounding and substantial piece that we carry forward with us as we move through. Averett University offers a traditional and an online comprehensive program in sociology and criminal justice. Dr. Franks mentioned that. The online accelerated graduate and professional studies program is designed for adult learners who are highly motivated, career-driven, and result-oriented. Subsequently, we have a lot of practitioners in our program, folks who are working full-time out there during the day, evenings, afternoons, serving, protecting our communities, but at the same time completing their degrees. Averett University has taken prominence in providing exceptional, up-to-date, innovative, and progressive sociology and criminal justice educational opportunities for our students. Graduates of Patrick Henry Community College who further their education at Averett University will receive the best quality of education that prepares them to be preeminently equipped to complete workplace expectations and tasks within criminal justice agencies. This agreement allows students to receive an extraordinary advanced and leading-edge educational experience. This agreement will also ensure that our students are well prepared to meet the many needs of our diverse communities that they will serve. The agreement provides students with the opportunity to significantly enhance their communication and problem-solving skills, as Dr. Franks mentioned. It'll expand their ability to resolve community problems, be seen as community problem solvers, effectively de-escalate conflict, and employ effective crisis intervention strategies. Graduates or subsequently students will be more effective in providing professional, community-centered law enforcement services. Graduates of Patrick Henry Community College who further their education at Averett University will be well prepared to develop increased levels of public trust and confidence in law enforcement agencies to respond effectively to issues in their communities. Subsequently, a well-trained and educated law enforcement workforce results in increased levels of professionalism, which results in many things. Some of the data suggests greater job satisfaction, higher levels of job satisfaction, greater performance of employees, higher levels of worker innovation and incentive building, enhanced communication skills, verbal, nonverbal, written skills, presentation skills, enhanced abilities to understand complex social and personal issues, enhanced understanding and acceptance of diversity, more likely to adapt, adopt, and improvise, overcome to life's changing work and social conditions. Enhanced crisis intervention mentions de-escalation, conflict resolution, problem-solving skills, a reduction in citizen, consumer, customer complaints, reduced risk management issues, increased levels of consumer satisfaction, increased levels of positive police-community exchanges, and increased levels of positive police public relations and trust. We look forward at Averett University to working with graduates of Patrick Henry Community College as we develop enhanced levels of professionalism through education in the field of public safety. Thank you.
And finally, just before the signing, we're honored and delighted to introduce our professor for our program, Mr. Ronnie Ray.
What a great day this is. I'm so pleased. Here in just a few short weeks, I'm going to have several graduates walk across the stage here at Patrick Henry to graduate. And this partnership between Averett University and Patrick Henry is going to make an immediate impact upon their lives. So on behalf of the Administration of Justice program here at Patrick Henry Community College and the students, which I'm so blessed to represent, I'm very excited to form this partnership with Averett University. The field of criminal justice is comprised of a vast number of partnerships. All of these partnerships seek to accomplish one goal, and that one goal is the betterment of society. In many ways, this partnership between Averett University and Patrick Henry Community College greatly mirrors the goals of law enforcement agencies, and that both of these criminal justice programs are attempting to produce individuals who will ultimately go on to be better public servants. This partnership will afford both students and local criminal justice professionals the opportunity to continue their education on to higher levels. I look forward to working with Dr. Hodgson and his staff at Averett University and helping my transitioning students to achieve higher educational goals. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. And without further ado, just before we entertain questions from the press, I want to again publicly thank Averett University. I was eminently excited when I read the initial draft of their pledge to take our students in as juniors. We have articulation agreements with colleges throughout the country, but oftentimes, and especially throughout the state of Virginia, but oftentimes there is no guarantee that all credits will transfer or that graduating students will come in as juniors. So by agreeing that students will have 60 credits left to complete their bachelor's degree, they have pledged that all of our credits from Patrick Henry of the program will transfer, and that ensures that everything these students have taken here will count. So again, join me in thanking Averett University today for that pledge.
I would like to take a moment, Dr. Frakes and I, to recognize we have a joint board member that has served this institution and served Averett University and is an alum of both. It is probably our greatest cheerleader. And so we'd like to say a special thank you to Gary Collins. Thank you, Gary.
All right, questions that we can entertain from the press or from the folks today. Any questions that we can entertain? Hearing none, we will invite you to enjoy your day. Please, as you're leaving today, take a muffin and juice, because as you can plainly see, I don't need to take 50 muffins back to my office. Thank you for coming today. Have a wonderful afternoon.